I just think being prepared, easy team to get up for. We know that if we're not sharp or at our best, it's going to be a long night for us. And I know that we're up for the challenge. We bounced back all season when we played like that. That's something we're trying to get out of our games is the lay of the egg type of performances. So we're going to be ready to go. I have no doubt.
How can some of the defensive structure stuff you guys worked on in practice yesterday help, do you think?
But it's going to help a lot. When you have the structure to rely on, we shouldn't have the breakdowns. There's going to be mistakes and there's going to be times where you get beat, but there should always be, another layer there to have your back, and we got to make it a little harder on them inside our house there.
How about the Rangers, and just now with the additions they've made, how much tougher are they?
Yeah, they're a good team. Obviously added, some good players, so it's going to be a good test, like I said, and it's for us. I think it's about us, not really them. We know they're a good team, but we've shown no matter who we're playing, if we're on our game, we can make it a hard night for any team in the league. And I think if we just focus on doing our job right now, that's going to benefit us.
JT, how much of playing defense has to be a mindset and wanting to commit to play that certain stuff?
It pretty much all is a mindset. You have a structure when it comes to details, but it's you have to be fully committed. It's very hard to play down there. It's when you have the puck to exit the zone, it's harder. It's really easy to want the puck in the fun part of the rink, but you got to want it to break out easier in your own end, and you got to communicate. I think that's one thing we've really tried to get better at is communication. We have a pretty quiet group, and it goes a long way. In just those half seconds or full seconds, you give ourselves time in our own end just to help each other. It's going to go a long way for us. So I think communication's big there.
So why do you think that communication's been lacking?
You just got to get out of your comfort zone. That may be not part of, that's a man-to-man thing. There's time there is communication, but, when stuff starts to hit the fan, it's really hard. You get tired, your brain kind of shuts off, and you got to really stay focused and just talk your way out of the hard times in your own end, because the other teams are going to get shifts where they pin you. It's going to happen. But if you have the structure to rely on and you have the communication, you're just going to be helping yourself.
Without it, you use the term lay an egg performance, or you're a bit more susceptible to that if you don't have the structure?
Yeah, I believe we do. It's a matter of execution. We have a game plan in front of us, but at the end of the day, it's very simple. It's execute the game plan, play direct hockey, and your skill is going to take over from there. It really hasn't changed for us a whole lot this year.
What's talk like after a performance like that? Have you experienced a bunch of different sides to his coaching style already?
Yeah, it's been, not a lot of practices with him, a lot of games, obviously, but, he believes in us. It feels good. There's going to be times where we aren't at our best, but it's not like it's, beat us down and let us know. There's obviously times where you got to be accountable and fix things, but, it's how can we fix it type of things right now. And we want to have an identity as a team, and being better defensively and committed full length of the rink be hard to play against type of mentality is going to help us, and he's been really supportive of that.
JT, I know it's only been a handful of games and practices, but for you personally, what has the transition been like under Rick, just these past few weeks for you?
It just feels fresh. It's been a lot of video, a lot of teaching, and a lot of details, and it's easy for me to play for a guy like that. I think we're competitive guys. I think he played the game a long time. He's a really competitive guy. He knows the game really well, and I think they're helping me a lot with playing to my strengths, which is what I need to focus on. And I don't know, I just felt comfortable. It feels fresh to me, and it doesn't feel like there's the baggage or anything. I think we're just kind of moved on, and we're in this part of the season where we want to become something as a team, and he's helping everybody, not just me with that.
Is it challenging though? Because that's 3 coaches in a year and a half, a little more than a year and a half, just to go through those 3 different systems. Is it challenging for a player? Yeah,
it's hard, but I think it's part of our job to be able to adapt to those situations. It's not like this is the first team that's happened to. Hopefully, at the end of the day, we got to kind of look in the mirror, and if we kind of do our job and raise our game, there'll probably be less coaches around as well. So I think that's just part of the gig, but this is where we are now, and we're just trying to focus on the day by day in the process right now.
Yeah, you mentioned process there. I know you guys are competitors. You want to get wins every game, but is there a greater emphasis now on establishing new habits and working on that process?
Yeah, no question. That's the thing, is developing the identity and having the stuff you do on a day-to-day basis, and the way you prepare and the way you play when it's the hard times, not the easy games, and not when other teams don't have their best. It's when teams are on, and how you can respond to that, and what are your habits when it's difficult.
Does it still mean something to play against the Rangers?
Honestly, this is just another game, I think, for me. Always going back to the Garden brings up back some good memories, but I guess when you're here, it's just another game.